Yılmaz, İlkan, and Ersoy were sitting in their usual cafe, enjoying a calm evening. The sounds of people walking by, the arguments of a couple at the next table, and the hurried footsteps of a waiter filled the air. Their conversation flowed as usual, but Yılmaz had a serious expression on his face, one that hadn't gone unnoticed by his friends. Unlike his usual talkative self, Yılmaz was quiet, and this odd behavior caught the attention of İlkan and Ersoy. Unable to hold his curiosity any longer, İlkan turned to Yılmaz. "Hey man, what's up? You've been super quiet. Is something wrong?" he asked. Yılmaz sighed deeply, his gaze fixed on the table, shaking his head slightly as if he was weighing the gravity of what he was about to say. When he finally spoke, his tone was serious. "Something's been off lately. I don't know what it is, but something just feels wrong," Yılmaz said, a hint of unease in his voice. Now, both İlkan and Ersoy were intrigued. "At home, I keep hearing strange noises. When I wake up in the middle of the night, things are out of place, doors open by themselves. I'm scared, man. I feel like something's watching me." İlkan rolled his eyes, chuckling slightly. "Come on, man. It's probably just the wind or something. Why are you making it a big deal?" he said. But Yılmaz wasn't fazed by İlkan's laid-back reaction. His tone remained serious as he continued. "No, bro, it's not that simple. This isn't something that can be explained by the wind or whatever. I swear something's off. There's a bad energy in my house, like dark forces are after me." At this point, Ersoy was starting to get concerned. Yılmaz was known to overthink things sometimes, but this seemed a little more intense than usual. "Yılmaz, are you sure you're not just being paranoid? Maybe it's just stress. You know, your mind playing tricks on you," Ersoy suggested, trying to rationalize the situation. Yılmaz shook his head, refusing to let their skepticism get to him. "No, man, it's not all in my head. Everything feels strange lately. I always feel like something is right behind me, watching me. I can't explain it, but it feels real." İlkan couldn't help but laugh. "Dude, this sounds like something out of a horror movie. Things moving by themselves? Come on, are you serious?" Yılmaz, growing frustrated, replied, "I'm telling you, this isn't a joke. There's something bad happening. This energy is real. I'm thinking about calling a medium to figure it out. It's the only way I'll know for sure." The mention of a medium caught both of his friends off guard. At first, they didn't know how to react, but then İlkan grinned. "Oh man, this is gonna be great. A paranormal night? Just like in the movies, huh? Are we gonna summon spirits or something?" Yılmaz didn't bother to respond to İlkan's sarcasm. "You'll see. Tomorrow, when the medium comes, everything will make sense," he said, his face still serious. The next evening, the three friends gathered at Yılmaz's apartment. The atmosphere was tense, with dim lights casting shadows that danced around the room, creating an eerie vibe. Yılmaz had made sure the environment was perfect for what he believed would be an important spiritual event. Soon, there was a knock at the door. The medium had arrived. She was dressed in a long robe, clutching a set of beads in her hands. As she walked around the room, her eyes closed as if sensing the energy around her. "There is a very strong dark energy in this house," she said, her voice low and foreboding. "I can feel a presence here. It's following you." İlkan couldn't help but laugh. "Seriously? This is like something out of a bad horror movie. So, what now, Miss Medium? Should we spin around 3 times to get rid of it?" he joked, barely containing his amusement. The medium, unbothered by İlkan's mockery, continued her ritual. "Silence. We need to clear this negative energy," she said firmly. She walked around the room, murmuring strange words, lifting her hands as if drawing out the bad spirits. Ersoy and İlkan exchanged glances, struggling not to laugh, but Yılmaz was watching intensely, fully believing in the process. As the ritual continued, the medium's behavior grew more peculiar. She sat in the middle of the room on a chair, closing her eyes as if she were trying to communicate with the spirit world. Unable to hold back any longer, İlkan leaned over to Yılmaz and whispered, "Bro, this is ridiculous. You've got to admit this is all for show. This woman is just putting on an act." But Yılmaz remained steadfast. "Just wait. Something's going to happen. I know it. This energy is affecting us," he said with conviction. Meanwhile, Ersoy, ever the rational thinker, decided to inspect the house. He noticed that one of the lights was flickering, and upon closer examination, he realized it was due to an electrical short circuit. "Hey guys, check this out. The lights are flickering because of a wiring problem. There's no dark force, just bad electricity." Ersoy's explanation made İlkan burst out laughing. "Oh man, seriously? We're here thinking there's some paranormal event going on, and it's just faulty wiring. What about the cabinets that keep opening? Got an explanation for that too," he teased. Ersoy checked the kitchen cabinets and saw that they were slightly misaligned due to the slant in the floor, which caused them to swing open and close on their own. "The floor's uneven, that's why the cabinets are opening. This is all just normal stuff. You're overreacting." Yılmaz, however, wasn't convinced by these logical explanations. You don't understand, bro. Sure, there are reasons for those things, but that doesn't explain everything. There's still something deeper going on here. The medium said there's a dark force watching us. By this point, Ilkan couldn't take it seriously anymore and laughed even harder. Dude, are you for real? There's nothing here except bad wiring and old cabinets. And you're still talking about evil spirits? The whole situation had turned into a comedy for Ilkan and Ersoy. After the medium left, having completed her ritual, the three friends sat back and reflected on the night. For Ilkan and Ersoy, it was a ridiculous ordeal, but Yılmaz remained convinced that something sinister was at play. Later that night, after the medium had left and things seemed to return to normal, Yılmaz decided to take matters into his own hands. He began performing his own improvised rituals, sweeping the house with a broom to clear the bad energy. As he did this, Ilkan and Ersoy were practically rolling on the floor laughing. Despite everything, Yılmaz was still adamant that the house was plagued by dark forces. For him, this was far from over.